Welcome to the Reese Report. I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese, and I am back, but not to do Raptors this time. I'd like to thank everyone for watching my series, my mini series on 7 questions before the Raptors season begins. I'd like to thank all my guests, but we're refocusing back to football today because tomorrow is a big day for the channel with regards to the Raptors. Stay tuned for that and the live link that will be ready. This is week 8 of the NFL. It's not going good for me this year. I'm going to say this right now. If I don't have if I don't have a record over 500 this week, I am quitting making picks. That I'm saying it right now. I will just be a host and everyone else can pick and I'm not going to pick anymore. That's how much I believe I'm going to get it right this week. Because I was 4-9 this week. Gil was 5-8. Barbosa was 4-9, and Jose was 6-7. This is an ugly, ugly week for the NFL, as unpredictable as it gets. We'll go through those games as we mentioned the games this week. Overall records are Barbosa 64-42, Gil 65-41. Jose at 75-31, having the year of his life, although last week was bad for everybody. And myself, I'm at 54-52, guys. I'm 2 games over 500. The worst of my life. And I'm not joking, dude. This is the worst record I've had in my life. I have never picked games this bad in my life. But if you watch some of these games, man, you wouldn't believe how some of these games go. And I'm gonna get to that. Jose will not be here today. We will announce his pick as we go forward. All right, guys, you ready? Let's start with game one. And believe you me, this is no different than any other game that's unpredictable. As the Tampa Bay Bucks go to Buffalo to take on the Bills, the Bucks found a way to lose to Desmond Ridder at home last week, and the Bills found a way to lose to Mac Jones and the Patriots. Two embarrassing losses for both teams, and now they play each other. So good luck. Thursday night, always ugly. Not as easy a game as there's no easy games in NFL. I've given up on easy games. There's no easy games. So let me ask Barbosa first. Who do you have in this one? Tampa Bay
I'm gonna take the
at
Bills.
Buffalo.
I'm gonna take the Bills. They're at home. It should be a bounce
Does
back
that
game.
matter? Does that matter when they almost lose to Tyrod Taylor and the
Well,
Giants at
you're
home?
right. That doesn't matter, but
Doesn't
I'll still
matter.
take I'll still take the Bills. Bills Mafia always come out. So I'll take the Bills.
Gil, as you can tell, I'm in a bad mood. I'm going to be
I
making
and I
fun of
wasn't
everybody.
and the Bucks offense all of a sudden it's gotten a little bit stale in the last 2 games.
Well, they can't run the ball, Barbosa. If you can't run
Yeah,
the ball and you're asking Mayfield to throw 40 passes, the results are
he
not going to be
can't.
good.
He's not
And
gonna
at,
he's not gonna be able to throw 40
and
passes.
Atlanta also won that game without B. John Robinson, who was out in the first quarter. So
Yeah.
really bad loss for the Bucks. Gil, who do you got?
I go with the Bills. I think Tampa will have a hard time um offense to match the Bills. Tampa's D's might hold them in there for a bit, but I think the Bills are gonna win. And they're at home Thursday nighter after big loss to the Patriots. They gotta regroup.
Yeah, I'm really, really tired of Josh Allen underachieving, and playing these really bad games. He has been terrible in the first half, but having said that, I have a hard time believing that Baker Mayfield gonna outgun Josh Allen in Buffalo. Now, that Giants game has got me scared because if it ends up like that, Baker could come up with a drive at the end to win. But I think the Bills will win this game, but it's going to be close. I like Tampa Bay to cover the spread for sure. It's 8.5. It's going to be a lot closer than that, but I will take the Bills because they're at home and only because they're at home. Jose also has the Bills in this one. Now we get to the Sunday night action. The Atlanta Falcons, who I can't figure them out. I don't know. Ritter's unpredictable. Robinson may or may not play. Uh, they have a lot of talent that doesn't get the ball. I don't know. And then they're at Tennessee, who looks like they're tanking. I mean, they traded their best corner. The GM comes out and says everyone's on the market. I don't. Their quarterback's out. Barbosa, we are off by 1 week, but they may not start Levis. It might be Mac Willis or whatever his name is. So I don't know who's starting for
Yeah.
Tennessee. But who do you got in this game? Good luck. Good luck, Gil. I have no clue.
I'll still take Tennessee. The run game, just because of their run game, I think Derrick Henry will finally get off whatever is whatever he has, because he's not been playing well. But I think this is the week that he finally has a breakout game.
Well, I mean, I don't blame Derrick Henry. They got 9 guys in the box who can't throw the football. So
Yeah, I know.
Derrick Henry's one of those guys that's going to be trying to run good to get traded. He wants out of there for sure. Gil, who do you like in this game?
Well, this will be tight. Uh, be tight. I'm gonna go with Tennessee because I think they do well at home. Tennessee, I think, is a home team. If they get their wins, will be at home. I'm gonna take the Titans, but it is gonna be it's a difficult game.
Trying to see who Jose took here, and I can't see his pick. Okay, there it is. This is going to be a low scoring, run all day game. Not going to be a lot of throwing of the football in this game. Um, by default, because they're at home, I'll take Tennessee. I have no faith in the pick. I'm just doing a default home game here. I thought that would work at Tampa Bay, and it didn't. But I think some of these Tennessee players are going to have a lot to prove, and they're going to want to show themselves if they're looking to get traded. So I think I'll go with Tennessee on this one. Jose also has the Titans in this game. Now we go to the Houston Texans off a bye, a team that has impressed me all year, especially their quarterback in CJ Stroud and Nico Collins, who's on my fantasy team. They go to Carolina to take on the number 1 pick, who have not been as impressive in Bryce Young. So Houston at Carolina. Gil, what do you like in this one?
I'm gonna take Carolina to win their first game here at home. I think Hoover's gonna have a good game. He's gonna battle. Thielen's gonna have a good game. I have this feeling that in Carolina they'll win. They're not gonna lose every single game. And I think this is the game they win.
Barbosa, who do you like?
Yeah, geez. I want to say Carolina just because I don't want the Colts to finish last in the division. But I'm gonna take Houston. I think Houston's offense is too good. I think they can outscore Carolina's offense, so I'm gonna go with Houston.
I agree with Barbosa. They outscore Carolina. Thielen's been really good this year. He was terrible for me last year in fantasy. He's making all kinds of catches this year, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think they get Tank Dell back. Their running game should wake up. Houston's got a decent team. They are going to be a threat to, I think, in that division if Jacksonville screws up. So I think it's a Houston Jacksonville division now. Unfortunately for your Colts there, Barbosa, but we'll get to them. So I got the Texans. Jose also has the Texans in this one. Now let's go to Jacksonville. Jacksonville has been impressive. They almost blew it against David Carr last week, but Trevor Lawrence came through with a nice bomb at the end of the game. And then a massive drop by Moreau, like wide open in the end zone to tie the game, held Jacksonville's lead of 7 points. They go to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers, who might be the most unpredictable team in the NFL. Having said that, I don't like the Steelers, even though I picked them to be a playoff team. I just don't like the way they play. I don't like how unpredictable they are. Their defense is good, but I don't like their quarterback, and I don't like the fact that he throws to one player. So I'll take Jacksonville. Gil?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. Like I said from the beginning, Pittsburgh's not impressive to me. I'm gonna take Jacksonville. I think they're gonna win. And that Pickens is very unpredictable. What holds the Steelers to these games is the defense. The defense has to play an A game every game for them to even chance to win. But I think
Absolutely.
Jacksonville is going to be a little bit too much for them.
Barbosa, who do you got in this one? Tough game.
I'm gonna go with Pitt. I just think um, against this defense, I don't think Trevor Lawrence will play that great. Pittsburgh will get after him. And when he gets pressured, he makes mistakes, which is really under pressure. I think Kenny Pickett will have a little bit better game. That's how he's going to win, just because of the Steelers' defense. They're a tough defense. So
Yeah, this is a tough game. I just like Jacksonville better. Jose has the Steelers as well in this one to keep pace with Gil's Super Bowl MVP pick, the Ravens. We'll get to them. The LA Rams, who are another very unpredictable team, go to Dallas to take on the Cowboys off the bye week. I'm going to make this short. The Rams do have a dangerous wide receiver combo that could cause the Cowboys some issues. However, I don't trust or believe in Matt Stafford, so I got the Cowboys. Gil?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Cowboys too, the defense. And, Rams now are exposed. They don't have a running game. So
Yeah.
Dallas D is going to predict the throw all the time. They're going to play that zone coverage and go for the picks because there's no running game there in LA unless they make a trade. But Dallas is going to win this one.
Yeah, I think this is the third year in a row they went back to Daryl Henderson because of injuries. So that's not good. Barbosa.
Yeah, I also got the Cowboys. They're at home. Um, the Rams blew a game last week at home against Pittsburgh. And the Cowboys have a better offense than Pittsburgh. So I yeah, it could be the Cowboys. I think it's not going to be a close game, to tell you the honest truth.
Yeah, I think Dallas wins by at least 7 points. I don't know what the
Yeah,
spread is, but I think they win by at least 7 points. Off a bye, they should be really rested and good. Jose
yeah.
also has the Cowboys in this one. Now to a very interesting game that you thought may not have been as interesting coming into the year, and it's definitely on Gil, this one. The Minnesota Vikings, who made Kirk Cousins in prime time look like Joe Montana.
That's your 49ers defense.
Okay. I am so angry at my team right now. They made Kirk Cousins on prime time look like Joe Montana without his best receiver. That's how embarrassing that loss was to the Vikings. He played the best game of his career against my defense. So I have a serious doubts about my 49ers, but we'll get to them. They go to Green Bay to take on the Packers, who similarly embarrassed themselves by losing to the pathetic Broncos. Good pick, Barbosa. This is a tough game to pick. Gil, I know you like your team, but you can't be happy with what you've seen the last 3 weeks.
No, to me, it's like we draw. It's like almost last week that play there at the end was just bad decision. It's like we drafted Ryan Leaf. That's what I felt like. I felt like we had Ryan Leaf out there. Oh, that looked so horrible. Um, Vikings played well against the Niners. Good to them because I feel like Minnesota's in shambles with no running back, really, no wide receiver, no special weapons.
Mhm.
Which good to them. Niners screwed up there. They look like they're kind of heading downhill, but we'll get to that.
Mhm.
But I gotta go at Lambeau at home. To me, I think this is the playoff game because they lose their 2-5. I think they're done.
Yeah,
If they don't win this game, if they win, they're 3-4. They're in the race still.
yeah,
So they gotta take it as if this is a playoff game at home to stay in the race. Or else, if they lose this one, I think they're out. So I'm
yeah.
gonna take the Packers.
Because then the Vikings go to 4-4, and the Packers are 2 games back, and another 3 back of Detroit. They're done if they lose
They're
this game.
done if they lose the game. That's why
For,
I think in their mind this is already a playoff game for them. So I'm gonna take the Packers at home.
and Gil takes okay. Barbosa, what do you got?
Can't
Tough
believe
one, tough one, man.
I can't believe I'm gonna take this pick. I'm gonna say the Vikings. They've been impressive. Well, Kirk Cousins has been impressive since Jefferson's been out.
Yeah, they've played better
That
without him.
offense, yeah, that
Yeah.
offense, because I think he's spreading the ball a bit more. He's not looking for
Well,
just Jefferson.
Addison's been
Um,
unbelievable.
yeah. And for that, I just seen a little bit out of the last 2 weeks. I seen a little bit clicking, um, with that offense. So I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Listen, this is no hate on Gil's team. I
No,
believed in Jordan Love, and I liked what I saw early. But when you lose to the Raiders and the Broncos, I'm sorry. I can't take Green Bay after that. I'm going to take Minnesota. They just beat the 49ers. I can't. Cousins is playing for a contract. I think this whole thing with Cousins is this guy's playing for a massive contract or to go be a 49er next year. That's it. And he's trying everything in his power to either get traded or to get paid. And he's going to get paid. So I got the Vikings just because the Packers' losses to the Raiders and the Broncos I can't take them after seeing that. They were even lucky to come back against the Dennis Ritter game. They lost to Ritter too. Like it's just I don't know, not good, not good. So I got the Vikings. Jose has the Packers. He's hanging in there with the Packers. So I'm not going to waste too much time in this game. New England had an emotional, big win against the Bills, but you know what happens after big emotional wins? You go on the road and you take on a team that's pissed off as hell and is going to murder you, and that's called the Dolphins. I've got the Dolphins murdering the Patriots on Sunday. Gil?
Same thing. No need to say that. Lido got that win. He's all excited.
It's over now. He had his Super Bowl. It's over now.
Yeah, but Mac Jones is going to become a small Mac right now.
That's right. Small Mac. Love
the Dolphins. Ray
Barbosa. Barbosa. Barbosa.
I think this is gonna be a 50-point game because I have
Oh my God.
they're gonna be pissed. The Dolphins are gonna be pissed after that loss. And then they're playing at home, and good luck slowing them down. Good luck slowing down Tyreek Hill over there.
Yeah, for
And
whoever
for
watched
that,
that
I
game.
got
Yeah. Yeah, you got
I
the
got the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
For whoever watched that Sunday night game, the Miami lost that game more than Philly won it. Tyreek Hill dropped the touchdown pass literally in his hands. They also had a touchdown pass called back. The refs took over. It was 10 penalties to 0. Like there was a lot of things that happened in that game to prevent Miami from winning. So they're going to come out with guns a-blazing here against those Patriots. I believe, Josie's not stupid. He's got the Dolphins as well. Now we go to two teams that, man, Barbosa, I could flip a coin on this one. The New Orleans Saints, I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. And then we got your Colts with Minshew Magic, and I don't know what to do with them either. So I know who you're gonna pick. So I'm gonna go to Gil first. I flip a coin. I have no idea.
Well, the Colts last week was a little unlucky. They fell asleep there at the end.
Well, the
The
refs took
Browns.
over, Gil. They called three pass interferences in
Listen.
7 plays.
Hey, listen,
Yes.
when you turn the ball over 5 times, when your quarterback turns the ball over 5 times, you're gonna lose a game. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, but your boy Minshew still threw for 400 yards or something.
Doesn't matter. Those plays came back to haunt them.
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Well, Myles Garrett will not play like that again.
Oh, he's a monster, that guy.
That guy was sacking.
He's winning Defensive Player of the
sacking.
Year, eh?
He was all.
Yeah.
I think
You
he's
know
gonna
what?
win.
I think Derek Carr is a slow-mo quarterback. Like
He
when
is.
throws, he looks slow. He looks slow getting out of the pocket. I think the Colts defense will catch him for a couple of sacks, interceptions, because he's very slow. His reaction is slow. That's just my opinion. But I think the Colts have a chance here.
Colts. Jose Barbosa.
Yeah, they're at home. I'm gonna go with the Colts. I think Jonathan Taylor's he's finally back to form. He had a big game last week, and I see him having a huge game on Sunday. I see him rushing for over 100 yards.
I'm gonna
2 TDs.
I'm gonna take the Saints for exactly what Barbosa just said. Turnover machine Minshew. Last time I checked, New Orleans defense is good, and they're gonna have Lattimore out there. They're gonna be rushing Minshew all day. I think it's gonna be a turnover game, and New Orleans sneaks it out, just like Cleveland did.
I think they'll use both running backs. I don't think you'll see Minshew throw that much. And the next couple of games, I don't think Minshew is going to be throwing the ball that much. I think they're going to use both backs quite a bit. And I see Jonathan Taylor having.
Barbosa, explain the plan to make Minshew throw that much when you have two great running backs. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense.
I don't know. You threw 2 interceptions and 3 fumbles by dropbacks. Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
I don't see them throwing the ball as much. I see them running especially with both running backs. They're playing well this season, so I think they'll use both running backs. That's why I think the Colts will win that game.
It's kind of a shame, Barbosa, because if they had Richardson, you might have had a little bit of a surprise. You may have been,
well, because you can use all 3 as run options, right?
Yeah,
and you'll catch them off guard. Yeah, you'll catch them off guard. And that's why I think Richardson is a big loss. It is a big loss for him this year.
Your Colts might have surprised some teams this year if he actually was healthy and playing. So you might not have been far off of your prediction. Maybe not 11 wins, but they would have been up there in the standings.
10. 11. I said 10.
they could have been up there, maybe battling for that ugly division, but it's too bad Richardson doesn't know how to slide.
I know.
So yes, Colts. Josie has Saints. I took the Saints. Gil's got the Colts. Now we go to the Battle of New York. Wilson against Tyrod Taylor. Good luck. Giants playing a little bit better recently defensively. Jets, same thing. Jets off a bye. Good luck. Barbosa, who do you got?
The Jets. I got the Jets. Tyrod Taylor is gonna
He's playing well.
fall back. He's gonna fall back to Tyrod Taylor against that defense. That defense is gonna swarm him.
I thought the Bills would stop him, and he was good against them.
Yeah, but the Jets are a better defense than the Bills.
Correct.
And I see and Zach Wilson the last few weeks has impressed me. He hasn't turned over the ball. So they're preparing game plans around him. So and after the bye, I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Wilson has a good game.
Yo.
Well, like the guy from Ballers says, Tyrod, who the hell wants to play with Tyrod? So with that said, I'm taking Jets.
Jets.
I just think Tyrod has no wide receivers. If he had wide receivers, he could probably do more damage because the Giants defense is not bad. But the Jets defense is better. They have Wilson, Zach Wilson still has he has weapons. So the Jets should win the battle in New York.
Yeah, don't make any mistakes and you win this game. I'll say this though, Tyrod Taylor looks better than Daniel Jones. I'm just gonna say that. He looks better than Daniel Jones in these 2 games that he's played. And they paid Jones all that money. But having said that, sorry about that. Having said that, I will take the Jets. The Jets are on a mission to try to make the playoffs so that the miracle that is Aaron Rodgers can come back somehow on one leg and play. So the motivational speaker is there, and they'll win this one and go to 4-4, I believe, or 4-3 on the season. So I got the Jets. Now we go to a divisional matchup, which is always close. The Philadelphia Eagles, coming off a big win over the Miami Dolphins, go to Washington to take on the Commanders. Washington Commanders are one of the most unpredictable teams in the league. Despite the fact that Philly only won in overtime against them in Philly is going to destroy this team. I got the Eagles. I already know who Gil has because he hates the Commanders. So I'm not even going to ask Gil.
I don't take Biden's team.
So, Barbosa, it's up to you to make it unanimous.
I'm going to take the Eagles.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Eagles. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do cough up this game. But I will take the Eagles. They're the better team. They should be the better team. Because Washington is very unpredictable. I don't know. 1 week, they look like the best team. 1 week, they look like the worst team in the NFL. I don't know.
Sam Howell has been sacked like 40 times this year, it feels like. And if the Eagles' pass rush is as good as it was against the Dolphins, they got no hope of winning that game. So I got the Eagles. Now we go to the Browns, who somehow are surviving with no quarterback and no running back because they got a great defense. They're playing the Seabags, who quietly, with Gil's Italian stallion quarterback, are 4-2, barely squeaking on a win against the Cards, but hanging in there. And all of a sudden, they're only a half game back of the 49ers in the standings. Cleveland at Seattle. Barbosa, I see you shaking your head. Who do you got? I'm scared.
I'm going to go with Seattle. They're at home, and I think the quarterback is better because I don't think Deshaun Watson's playing. It was a shoulder injury. So I'm going to take the Seahawks at home.
Watson looks like he's either scared to play or they don't want him to play at this point. Gil?
I don't know, man. Cleveland.
It's a tough game.
Seattle's at home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Browns. I'm gonna go Mr. Pajamas.
It's not. Look, if Seattle gets to him and they're not able to run the ball, Cleveland could steal another one with their defense. Having said that, I'm gonna take Seattle because not only is Seattle without Watson, but I think Ford is now hurt. So they're really like, you know, they're really small on the offense there. They still got the receivers, but I think Seattle wins this game just because Cleveland's injuries are too much. It'll be low scoring though. Be like
Well,
an under.
I'm going by Arizona. If you think about it, really had nothing special either, and they're just right in
No,
there with Seattle. So
it's scary. Cleveland could win this game. Absolutely could win this game. I
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
Deshaun Watson, he just gives me no confidence at all.
The Deshaun Watson not playing this
so
week.
so PJ, he could do it again. He's already beaten Cleveland and the Colts. But I think Seattle will sneak one out here, but it'll be a close game and low scoring. To Gill's remarkable Super Bowl pick, an MVP candidate, and he's certainly in the top two candidates, probably behind Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
But definitely number two on the list. They go to Arizona to take on the Cards. Now, I'm not going to waste any time because I'm pretty sure all of us are going to have Baltimore. But Gil, why did you pick the Ravens and Lamar? What made you pick them before the season?
well, I was watching a very interesting interview they were doing on Lamar, and he just said he was just saying some statements that with as the years went by, he's developed into a different player. He feels more mature. He reads the field. He says he feels the field. He's very calm, confident. He doesn't panic when he sees a rusher coming at him. So he's seeing the field in slow motion, let's call it, right? So with that said, and then he said they're just designing a new place for him, and he felt very confident. The way he talked just looked confident. The just everything he said, it just
Yeah.
looked confident. The
And they
team's at a
paid him.
different level, and
Yeah,
they
they
paid him.
paid him.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. If you watched that Detroit game last week, Gil's absolutely right. Normally, when he gets out of the pocket, he tries to run. He was dancing in the pocket and throwing the ball. And Detroit could do nothing with him. He just absolutely obliterated the Lions by himself, pretty much. I assume we all have the Ravens. I got the Ravens.
Yeah,
Barbosa. Yeah, we're all
yeah.
taking the Ravens in this
And
game.
just to reiterate your both your points there, Reese and
Yeah.
Gil.
Mm-hmm.
And when the pocket kind of got shorter for him, he was able to move out of the pocket just so calmly, move out of the pocket and
Yeah.
make plays.
Yeah.
What I was impressed was his throwing. He won that
Yeah.
game by throwing the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't need to do much running. He threw the ball, especially against that Detroit defense. So I was very impressed with Lamar, and yeah, he deserves to be in that conversation. 100%, he deserves to be in that conversation right now as the
And
league
and and,
MVP.
and the receivers actually caught the ball this time.
Yeah,
That was nice to
well,
see.
he using that tight end. That's their best. That's their best receiving options. The tight end,
Yeah.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
He's a
And
beast.
we saw an OBJ sighting, which was
Yeah,
shocking.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
OBJ, yeah.
Yeah.
But let's
So
not
if he
but
if he's healthy, yeah.
let's not forget about the Ravens defense. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
Yeah,
were
they're
great. Yeah.
they're
yeah,
just up there too, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
that's why that's
To hold Detroit to that to 6 points.
and
Yeah.
That's
those 6 points are right at the end.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Because they were
Yeah.
shutting them
Baltimore's
down, especially
defense
in
is
the first quarter. I think I want to say Detroit had like 10 yards
yeah.
total offense, I
Yeah.
believe, in the first
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
So
Which nobody has hold Detroit to that at all.
yeah, I
So
know.
Yeah. 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 Detroit just had no answer for them. And Baltimore's defense is in the top five. I don't think people even realize that. So when you have
Yeah,
a
they're an
top five
underrated
defense,
defense. Yeah,
if
they're an
Lamar
underrated defense.
if Lamar doesn't turn it over, they could be a Super Bowl team. So
Yeah.
absolutely. Now we go to the game of the week. The Cincinnati Bengals off a bye go to the struggling San Francisco 49ers with injuries, concern at running back. McCaffrey fumbled again in the red zone, which may have cost us the game. Jake Moody missed another kick. Brock Purdy threw two fourth quarter interceptions. It might be panic time. It might be fraud time, but I'm not ready to go there yet. I think the 49ers rebound and beat Bengals, despite the fact that Jamar Chase could have a field day against our secondary. I'm hoping that Warner comes back. He's an important player. Or sorry, Trent Williams comes back at left tackle. But I think we rebound and win this game. I think it's a really important game for the 49ers to win and get their confidence back. So I'll take the 49ers. Gil?
I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know either. I don't know
That's
either.
that secondary looked so bad against Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
They're missing Debo Samuels, which is a huge part of that offense too.
If you do it, Gil, I'm not going to blame you because I thought
No,
about
no,
it.
no. I'm
I thought
thinking
about
it's
it.
iffy because the Niners still have that good defense.
Yeah.
Purdy could have probably just had a bad game. McCaffrey's not going to fumble all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It is in the candlelight Levi's over there.
Yeah.
I heard the Kardashians are going to watch the game, so I'm going to go
Oh,
with
here we
the
go.
Niners. I'm going to go with the Niners, and I'm surprised you didn't take Cincinnati since you took Joe Burrows as your MVP. But
He probably can't win it now because of Lamar's play, but he'll be up there. I think he's going to have his big second half run, but it's not going to start this week. Barbosa.
Didn't
Who, you
Barbosa
talking
take
about Burrow?
Burrows too?
Yeah, Barbosa took Burrow too. Yeah.
You're talking about Burrow? Burrow will get it done this week.
You're taking Cincy?
Yeah, I'm thinking Cincy.
Wow.
I
49ers
I
going to lose
think
3 in a row? Wow.
listen, you guys look shaky. I don't know
I
what's going
know.
on with that
No,
defense. Okay.
we did not look good,
All
man.
right. And Brock Purdy the last 2 weeks hasn't been playing well.
No.
He's been coughing the ball the last 2 weeks. But it's gonna be a close game. It is gonna be a close game. I just have a feeling Joe Burrow is gonna be healthy. Especially coming off a bye week. And like you said, Jamar Chase is gonna have a huge game against your secondary. I'm gonna go with Cincy.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but this is a very important game for the 49ers.
So is for the Bengals. The Bengals got to win this game to keep
Oh,
up with
I
Baltimore.
understand. But if they lose this game, it's going to be it's going to be all hell broken loose on the 49ers. Like they got to win this game, but I don't blame you. Like there are reasons to take the Bengals in this game. So but Jose is also on the 49ers in this one. So Barbosa has gotten us before and he might get us again. Now let's not waste any time on this game. I know they play close games, but it's Kansas City at Denver. I can't imagine anyone, even despite the close games, and Denver's playing better defensively and they're playing close games. No, I got Kansas City. Gil.
Kansas City.
Barbosa.
I got KC with the MVP and Mr. Swifty.
And Jose also has the Chiefs. Now we go to the Bears with Tyson Badgie starting again. I think after that 30-point explosion, they're telling Fields to stay home. They go to take on what is the most disappointing team in the entire NFL, and that's the LA Chargers. There's a reason I had a special last week on Justin Herbert. Did you watch him play against Kansas City? He was awful. They had it was a 7-point game for 2.5 quarters. He had every opportunity to make that an interesting game and failed to score again in the second half. Barbosa, I'll take my bows on that one, even though my record sucks. I know what's going on with the players, and there's something wrong with him and the coach. They're both at fault, not just one. The defense is horrific, I understand, but they had an opportunity, and Justin Herbert was just terrible. So, having said that, if they don't beat the Bears, then Staley's going to be out the door before the game even ends. So I got the Chargers. Barbosa.
I got the Chargers. Justin Herbert will have a big game this week.
He better against the freaking Bears.
He's gonna throw for 400 yards. He's gonna get 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, I hope Keenan Allen has 15 catches. That's all I care about. Jose. Gil. Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. This might be the turnaround game for the Chargers. They need it. They should do it.
And finally, on an ugly Monday night, we have the Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions. This is a classic rebound game. Whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Horrible, or Adrian Connell, Gil Santos, Tony Barbosa, or Jose Gomes at quarterback, the Lions are going to destroy the Raiders. Gil?
Absolutely not even going to think twice. Prime time in Detroit with all that
angry team.
With angry team, with all those weapons, Raiders don't even know what to do. They're done.
Barbosa.
Whoever, I feel sorry for that poor quarterback from
the
Raiders. Oh my God, he's gonna get destroyed. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions. They're gonna be pissed, especially that coach. The way that coach is, Brett Campbell's gonna be pissed. We look, boys, we gotta go. So Detroit at home, yeah, take it
The
Detroit.
report is Jimmy G's going to play. I pray for you, Jimmy. It's not
Oh,
going to be with a
boy.
back injury and a concussion. You better duck. Just duck when they come for you, okay? Especially that white dude Hutchinson. You better watch out, eh?
Oh, he's gonna be pissed.
So those are our picks for this week. We got 1 minute left. I'd like to thank Gil and Jose for Gil and Tony for coming on. I keep saying Jose's name. That's our picks for this week. I'm gonna interact with the guys after this because we're gonna get cut off. But I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reese, and we'll see you next time on the Reese Report.